Hi, this is Mike Pettigrew, and I'd like to welcome you to my first ever Periscope episode. So I'm really glad that you've joined me today. And today we're going to be looking at how to achieve your biggest dreams in the next 12 months. Because I think it's a truth to say that many people, at the end of each year, they find that the goals that they had set, they haven't achieved. And this can be quite frustrating. And I think many people go from year to year and find that they still have that big goal, that big dream unfulfilled. And there's a reason for this. There's a reason why 5 or 10 years may go past and we still haven't achieved the things that we yearn for. And this is really sad, and it's very frustrating, and it can be very disempowering. And we can reach the stage where we feel, what's the point? I'm not going to achieve my goals anyway, so what's the point? But there is a point. You see, when we have something that we are yearning for, when we have really big goals and dreams, things that we want to achieve, they're really important. And because the more bigger our dreams, the more careful we need to be to take the right steps to achieve them. There is a formula for achieving really big things in our lives. And if we look at the people who have transformed to society, if we look out into society and look at people who have made a huge difference in the world, they didn't do things haphazardly. They are people who plan things really carefully, who have great belief in their ability, and they take step after step after step, and they bring things into fruition. And unless we create a plan of action and are really clear about what it is that we want, it's very easy to drift in life. It's very easy to be buffeted around by things that happen, things that take us off our path, things that take us off the direction we wish to go in. And this is the purpose of this episode. I'm going to share with you strategies, tools, and techniques that I've found immensely effective over the years. And I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a best-selling author. But if you turn the clock back about 10 years ago, I went through an horrendous experience. I'd been a self-made millionaire. I had done a lot of things. I'd created a lot of wonderful things in my life. I did a lot of voluntary work, and I was living a wonderful lifestyle. But then through trusting the wrong people and making some really bad investments, I lost everything. And I was at the stage where I couldn't even feed my wife or a baby who had just been born. And it was devastating. When you cannot support your loved ones, it is incredibly frightening. But this whole experience, which I don't have time to go into in great depth, it totally changed the way I did everything. When you are suffering intensely, it's so important at this point to learn from mentors, to learn from other people who have transformed their lives in miraculous ways. And fortunately, through a lot of effort and learning from incredible mentors, I did transform that situation. So I went from absolutely losing everything to building back wealth and good fortune. And it wasn't instant, but the way I did this, how I did this, I'm going to explain, I'm going to share with you in this video, because it is actually the key, or these are the keys that will enable you to achieve your biggest dreams in the next 12 months. So the first key is it's really important to be clear on what you want. No matter what you want in life, if you're not very clear on it, what it is, chances are that you may not achieve it. So clarity is really important. You need to know exactly what you want to achieve in the next 12 months and the next 5 years, the next 10 years. Now, a lot of people say to me, Mike, that's well and good, but I'm not sure what I really want. And a lot of people say that. They're not sure what they really want in life. Life is tough. We work really hard. We all do our very best. And, at the end of each day and the end of each week, most of us are pretty tired. So there's very little left of us to really think about what I want to do and where I want to go. But this clarity of what you want to achieve in your life is really, really important. And for those of you who aren't sure what they want, it's a really good thing to look at your life right now and look at the things that you don't want. For instance, you might be working extremely hard. You might be working 60, 70-hour weeks. So I'm sure that's something that you don't want. So you can convert that into a very clear goal that by this time next year, you'll only be working 40 hours a week, that you will be making more money, that you will have more free time, and that you'll be a lot happier. So, it's very easy to turn a goal of something that you don't like in your life right now into its opposite. And that can be a really good way if you are not already really clear on what it is that you want. Now, after becoming clear, and I really feel that anyone who takes the time to set apart just 1 hour each week to plan their life can achieve incredible things. But I think most people just drift from one day to the other, just trying to cope, trying to do the very best they can. And that's fine. That's so understandable. Life is incredibly hectic these days. But to budget in your timetable, in your schedule, 1 hour each week to plan your life, the difference over 1 year can be incredible. The difference over 5 and 10 years will be phenomenal. So anyway, getting really clear on what it is that you want to achieve is step number one. Step number two is writing down that goal. Don't just keep it in your mind. Write down that goal and look at it every single day. It's very important because we are distracted by so many things during each day and each week. We can forget our goals. We can forget what it is that we're living towards, what it is that we yearn for. So looking at our goals is really important, but not just looking at our goals. We need to rewrite those goals as affirmations, And an affirmation is literally a statement that we say to ourselves, aloud. Now, every thought and every word that you say, every thought that you have, every word that you say is an affirmation. And we have these thoughts, we have this internal dialogue going on all the time. And we need to ask ourselves, are the thoughts I'm constantly thinking, are they am I berating myself? Or are they thoughts of empowerment, of power, of energy, of life force? This internal dialogue that we all have, I honestly know from personal experience and from studying, the lives of great people, that our dominant thoughts and emotions actually create the circumstances of our lives. So this internal dialogue that goes on over a period of a day, it doesn't make much difference, but over a period of, over a period of weeks and months, our dominant thoughts and emotions really do have huge effects on our lives. So these affirmations that we create, as I say, if we convert our goals into affirmations, it can speed up the process of achieving our goals dramatically. Absolutely dramatically. And now, an example, I'm just going to look at a piece of paper here because I have a few notes here. For example, if we're always stressed and if we're always broke, then, a really good goal, first of all, would be, as I said earlier, to have more free time, make more money, be very, very specific. But then write down that our goals again as affirmations. Now, an affirmation is, as I say, it's a statement that we make to ourselves, and it needs to be positive, it needs to be personal, and it needs to be specific. A great way of writing an affirmation is to start the affirmation with the words, I am. So if, for example, if someone is planning on doing public speaking and they're very nervous and they hate public speaking and they clam up, then an affirmation like, I am a confident public speaker, or I am a confident, empowered, happy public speaker, or I love public speaking. I mean, it sounds like it's too simplistic that these affirmations can't possibly have effect. But they do. They have a profound effect, not necessarily on our conscious mind, but on our subconscious mind. That part of ourselves that it actually is in the driver's seat of our lives. We have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind. And even if we consciously want to achieve something wonderful for our lives, if our subconscious beliefs are such that we feel we're unworthy, that we're not intelligent enough, if we're not intelligent enough, if we're not capable enough, if we aren't, we have so many of these negative subconscious beliefs that actually control our lives. And even if we believe consciously we can achieve something, if subconsciously we don't believe we're capable, our subconscious beliefs always win out. So these affirmations, and we need to read, as I say, you create your goals, you write them down, you convert them into affirmations, and you read these affirmations morning and evening aloud. And if you check on the internet, there's a lot of information on affirmation construction. And in fact, if you go to my website at mikepettigrew.com, and I'll show you that URL a little bit later, and download the if you go to the homepage, you can, in fact, I'll show it to you now. It's mikepettigrew.com. And if you, here we go, yes, I think you can see it there. mikepettigrew.com. And if you download the free gift from the homepage, there will be information in that on affirmation construction. There's also free videos on my website and training courses. So affirmations can rewrite the wiring of our subconscious mind. They can rewrite our destiny, you might say. So affirmations are really, really, really important. So becoming crystal clear on what it is that we want to achieve, writing those things down as goals, converting them into affirmations, and repeating those affirmations each morning and each evening with emotion. You see, emotion is what it's almost like it's the thing that transmits our desires out into the universe. It's a bit like a cell phone. If we have a cell phone, we don't have a battery. We can't speak with someone in the next house or the next street. It's not possible. But if we put that battery in the cell phone, we can speak with anyone in the entire world. So emotion acts like a transmitter out into the universe, the things that we yearn for, our burning desires, emotion. If we fuel our affirmations with emotion, amazing things can happen. Amazing things can happen. It speeds up the process of transforming our desires into concrete reality 1,000, a millionfold. Okay? Now, I mentioned the subconscious mind and how we all have these beliefs that are not necessarily so good. Beliefs that we aren't capable, that we may not be intelligent enough, that we may not be worthy. We all have these subconscious beliefs, and we accumulate this through our conditioning from the time we're born. What are, the things that our parents have told us, our peers at school, society, the media. As we go through life, we accumulate all these beliefs that are not true, these disempowering beliefs. And it's these disempowering beliefs that actually sabotage our ability to create the life that we truly yearn for. So affirmations can rewrite that programming, but an even more potent way is to use self-hypnosis. Now, I don't have time to go into self-hypnosis, but I will say it's simply a very relaxing state where our mind is very receptive to embedding, what we just say, new thoughts and new ideas, new instructions. It's a way of reprogramming our minds. It's a way to reprogram our mind for success rather than failure. Instead of being dominated by these negative thoughts and beliefs that we've carried all our lives, self-hypnosis is a powerful tool to rewrite our subconscious programming. And this will enable us to achieve our goals far more quickly. Because if you are implanting into your subconscious through hypnosis and affirmations, empowering suggestions, chances are you'll achieve your goals far more quickly. As opposed to listening to this constant internal dialogue that we're not even aware of most of the time, that makes us feel powerless and that berates us and that makes us feel small and powerless. So we have these two minds. We have this mind that is working for our best interest, to bring into our lives the things that we want, to create a empowered life. And we have this mind that constantly tells us all these things about that we're unworthy and incapable. So whichever of these minds wins, whichever dominates, actually controls what happens to us. It controls what happens to us. And so self-hypnosis is something really well worth looking into, and it's very easy to use. It's just listening to a recording using earpieces or loudspeakers, it doesn't matter, and the hypnotherapist can just literally bring you into a very relaxed state. It's all done through suggestion. It's completely safe, and you can bring yourself out of this state anytime you wish, but it enables you to plant into your subconscious mind new instructions, to create new programs, and it's amazing. So that's self-hypnosis. So far we've looked at becoming really clear on what we want, and if we don't know what that is, write down the things in our life that we don't want and then convert those into their opposite. So it's very easy to come up with a crystal clear list of the things that we really want to achieve in our lives, then write those down as goals, convert them into affirmations, use self-hypnosis to embed new instructions into our computer, our subconscious mind, and erase and overcome those thoughts that we continually have that sabotage our lives. Now, the next step is to convert our list of goals into action steps. And this is the stumbling block for so many people. And this is why we go from year to year and often not achieving our goals. So many people at the end of the year, they look back over the year and they see, oh my goodness, I haven't achieved this goal and this goal and this goal. And it's so disempowering. It's very disillusioning, especially if it goes over several years. And we can gradually become very disempowered. So the way to make huge progress every single week of the year is to write down action steps for each of our goals. Now, if we want to become, say for instance, a best-selling author, and I achieved that myself this year. So for me, at the beginning of this year, I had very specific goals. Very specific action steps to achieve that goal of becoming a best-selling author. And one of those action steps was to write for an hour and a half every morning before going to email or switching on my computer. Well, that's not true because I did it on the computer. I wrote the book on the computer. But before going near any email, taking the phone off the hook, I would make sure I would write 1.5 hours every single morning. So that was one of my action steps. Another action step was to learn more about Amazon Kindle, because I was intending to publish on Amazon Kindle. So I did Kindle courses and things like that. So I had a whole list of action steps for each of my goals. And every morning I would look at my action steps and I would take at least one action each day towards the achievement of that goal. And the result was that in May, I became a number one best-selling author in psychology, applied psychology, and also happiness. And the book is Unlock Gratitude Now, Your 7 Keys to a Happier and More Successful Life. And this was a wonderful achievement for me. And, I'm so grateful that I was able to achieve this. But it happened because I was very clear on what I wanted, and because I did these affirmations, and I wrote down a list of action steps for each of my goals. This is, as I say, so important. And the point, that's the thing that most people don't do. They don't write down these action steps. Because when we do this, when we write down action steps, we keep ourselves accountable. We look at our list regularly, and if we don't have a list to look at, we drift. So this is really, really, really important. And as well as having this list of action steps, as I said a moment ago, we need to take at least one step each day towards achieving your goal. Okay, so these one thing that can help you immensely, and there's one of my amazing mentors. His name is Brendan Burchard, and Brendan is an amazing guy, and he came up with a success planner, a daily planner, and it will enable you to see very clearly, very quickly, what your priorities are for the day. So this daily success planner will have an immense effect on the achievement of your goals and speed up the process dramatically. So basically what you do is you get a piece of paper, and across the top you write down your 3 or 4 most important projects that you're working on right now, your most important projects. And under each project, you have maybe 5 steps or five things that you need to do to progress towards your project, to progress towards achieving your project. So right along along the top of the page, your 3 or 4 projects that you're working on, and under each project, write down the 5 most important things that you need to do to achieve that project, okay? And underneath that, you need to write on the right and on the left. On the left-hand side, you write the list of the people who you need to reach out to today to help you to progress towards to progress the project. And on the right-hand side of the page, you need to write a list of the people who you are waiting to hear back from, stuff that will progress your project. Okay, so on the left, the people that you need to reach out to today to progress your project, and on the right, the people who you are waiting to hear back from. So you may need to send them a reminder. So this keeps everything moving forwards. And then at the very bottom of the page, you need to write out your priorities for today, the things that you absolutely must do today, no matter what. Okay, so this daily success planner will have amazing effects on your life. So just to recap, as I say, to achieve your biggest dreams in the next 12 months, it's not going to happen by chance, just by hoping for it to happen, or wishful thinking. The only way you can achieve amazing things in your life in the next 12 months is to have put these 7 steps into practice. Number 1, becoming crystal clear on what it is that you want. Number 2, write down your goals concisely and clearly. Number 3, rewrite those goals as affirmations. Okay, and repeat those affirmations aloud, morning and evening, with emotion. And next, use self-hypnosis. Use self-hypnosis to rewrite this negative conditioning that we all have through our upbringing and our, the media, and through the painful experiences that we've had during our lives. Our belief in our realm of possibilities has shrunk through all the difficult and painful experiences we've had during our life and what we hear in the media and society. So self-hypnosis can overcome that, okay? And number 5 is create a list of action steps that you need to take to achieve your goals. Having a goal on its own is no good. You have to have action steps for each one of your goals. And next, number 6, is take at least 1 step each day towards each one of your goals. Just 1 step. It can be very small, but a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and every single step building on that amounts to something huge over a year, certainly. And finally, this daily success planner that I shared with you will revolutionize your day. It will totally transform your day. It will give you more energy. You'll feel better at the end of each day. You'll feel you've really achieved something. It will empower you. It'll give you definitely, as I say, more energy, and it'll keep you on course. And you'll be able to chart your own progress every day. So each day becomes a wonderful creative experience. And please don't go near your email or go near your phone until at least mid-morning, because the first couple of hours of each day you should reserve for creativity, for creating something substantial in your life. And when you do that, before you give in to any distractions, things will rapidly happen for you. So I want to tell you about two websites where I go into all of this in a lot more detail. One is the MillionaireMindSecrets.com. That's the MillionaireMindSecrets.com, and I have a program on that website that includes hypnosis, binaural beats, all sorts of mind programming, subconscious programming technology, and ebooks and videos, and it's a whole course. And on MikePettigrew.com, if you sign up for the free gift on the homepage, you get access to a membership site and lots of videos and lots of blogs and podcasts and all sorts of training materials. So thanks so much for watching today, and I look forward to speaking with you again very soon. And thanks a lot. I really do hope you've enjoyed this episode, and before I go, I have a very special offer for you, which I'll explain in a moment. But before I do, I just want to say that if you've enjoyed this episode, then please do give us a like below this video, because when you do this, it enables other people to also benefit from it. Of course, if you'd like to leave a comment, then you're most welcome to do so, and I'll be really happy to hear from you. Now, if you're watching this episode on YouTube, then please do remember to subscribe to my channel. And you can also listen to my Transformation and Empowerment podcast on iTunes. Now, let me tell you about the special bonus I mentioned a moment ago, because if you go to my website right now at MikePettigrew.com, then for a limited time only, you can get free lifetime access to our special members-only area. Membership will give you access to all sorts of inspiring and empowering videos and training materials that you won't find anywhere else on my website. And again, right now, membership is completely free, but I can really only offer this for a limited time. So I strongly recommend that you get your membership right now, and I believe you will find it a very valuable resource and source of inspiration and empowerment. And you can sign up and get immediate access from any page on my website. So again, thank you so much for watching this episode, and I look forward to serving you again soon.